Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Dana White reacts to Sean O'Malley's performance against Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 306. Moving on, Henry Cejudo takes aim at bums Conor McGregor and Sean O'Malley after UFC 306. Next, Aljamain Sterling sounds off after Merab Dvalishvili defeats Sean O'Malley at UFC 306. Lastly, Jon Jones is leaning hard toward retirement going into his UFC 309 heavyweight title defense against Stipe Miocic. Dana White doesn't believe the best version of Sean O'Malley showed up at UFC 306. O'Malley put the UFC Bantamweight Championship on the line against Merab Dvalishvili in the main event of UFC 306. MMA fans and experts were expecting a classic striker versus grappler matchup with this one, and it was the grappler who got his way. Sean didn't have an answer for the pace and takedowns of Dvalishvili. A late body shot from O'Malley hurt Dvalishvili, but it wasn't enough. O'Malley lost the bantamweight title via unanimous decision. During the UFC 306 post-fight press conference, Dana White was asked about what transpired in the main event between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili. The UFC boss admitted he didn't feel O'Malley was on point during the fight. He looked flat, he didn't look sharp, he didn't look crisp. The now former UFC bantamweight title holder issued a brief statement on social media. O'Malley said he overpromised and underdelivered. He also apologized to those who have supported him. The next move for O'Malley should be interesting to watch. While an immediate rematch is a possibility, Dvalishvili and Umar Nurmagomedov have been jaw-jacking and might be on a path to a title clash. O'Malley will have some time to assess where he goes from here, as well as work on the areas that gave him problems against Dvalishvili. Whether or not the UFC matchmakers feel the need to throw him right back in a title fight or give him at least one non-championship bout first remains to be seen. Henry Cejudo has taken a shot at both Conor McGregor and Sean O'Malley following the result of the UFC 306 main event. As we know, Henry Cejudo is a former two-weight UFC champion. As we also know, he's established himself as something of a troll in recent times. Throughout the course of the last 5 years, he has made it known that he wants to carve out an entirely new persona for himself. The former bantamweight king hasn't been at the top of the mountain for nearly 5 years now. Alas, that hasn't stopped him from poking fun at other fighters in his former weight classes. This has included Sean O'Malley, the same man who wound up losing his belt to Merab Dvalishvili at Noche UFC last night. Cejudo, who was also beaten convincingly by Dvalishvili in their own fight, had the following to say to Sean in the immediate aftermath. "Hey O'Methil, you wanted to be the next Conor McGregor. Well, now you are. Neither of you bums can defend a takedown. I'm teaching wrestling for cokeheads at 8 a.m. See you in the morning." There's a very real possibility of Henry Cejudo and Sean O'Malley squaring off in their next respective bouts. After all, there's a story there, and you could argue the winner would have done enough to earn another crack at the bantamweight crown. Aljamain Sterling is enjoying a victory lap after Merab Dvalishvili defeated Sean O'Malley at UFC 306 last night. As we know, Aljamain Sterling was the UFC bantamweight champion once upon a time. He lost that belt after being knocked out by Sean O'Malley in their title showdown last summer. Since then, he's opted to make the move up to featherweight, where he's also starting to find some success. Last night, his best friend and training partner Merab Dvalishvili was able to avenge that loss by defeating O'Malley to capture the championship. As you can imagine, this was quite a moment for their team, and it was quite something for Sterling to see his pal come out on top like that. In the aftermath, however, Sterling was more concerned with talking trash to the man who defeated him, Sean O'Malley. That's what a fair fight looks like against the best guy in the world. None of that stacking deck advantage. How are those parlays looking, boys? Maybe now his go MD. Called a spade, but I was looked at as salty. Karma comes around for all of us. Be respectful. They were drinking sugar water and it went bad. Jon Jones is leaning hard toward retirement going into his UFC 309 heavyweight title defense against Stipe Miocic, which is now official. Jones will get in the octagon for the first time since he captured the vacant heavyweight title against Cyril Gane in March 2023 when he takes on former champ Stipe Miocic in the headliner of the November 16th card, which takes place at Madison Square Garden in New York. Jon Jones has fought just once since February 2020 and has been teasing the idea of hanging up his gloves for some time. However, it appears he has a strong sense of his career objective if he manages to beat Stipe Miocic now that the fight is confirmed. This is going to be the last time, more than likely. UFC CEO Dana White recently stated he thinks Stipe will be retiring at UFC 309 regardless of the result against Jones. He felt Jones would continue competing though, and give interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall his much-desired chance to unify belts. It appears Aspinall may be left high and dry though, because Jones doesn't seem keen to stick around the sport beyond the fight with Stipe. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.